They will also be able to control investigatory committees, so they could end the inquiry into the January 6, 2021 attack on the US Capitol by supporters of former President Donald Trump, although its work is set to finish by the end of the year. They might also launch new investigations into more conservative interest topics like the Chinese business dealings of Joe Biden's son or the sudden withdrawal of US troops from Afghanistan. It would be harder for Mr. Biden to make new appointments, including to the US Supreme Court. Republican dominance would also hamper his foreign policy, particularly help for Ukraine as it battles Russian invasion. In return, President Biden could wield his veto pen and block conservative laws on abortion, immigration, and taxes. The result? Gridlock until the next presidential and congressional elections. So that's what we're looking at, gridlock. How does this shape the 2024 presidential race? The midterms could give us a clue as to who might be in the running to be the Republican presidential candidate for 2024. If candidates if candidates backed by Mr. Trump do badly, he's less likely to get backing from the Republican Party to run for president again. In Florida and Texas, Republican governors Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott hope re-election will spur them on to a bid for the White House. If the Democrats can hold on to power in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, that should give them some confidence as they build their 2024 campaign to get President Biden re-elected. We thank CNN for that breakdown of the issues, courtesy of their app, the CNN app. And if you don't already have the app and you want to follow these matters, feel free to download the CNN app. And I beg your pardon, that wasn't CNN, that was BBC, because I was doing it earlier on. That was BBC. That was the BBC breaking down the issues. Sorry about that, BBC. Let's go to the break and come back with much more here on your program, Both Sides of the Story. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices, taking your calls on 876-922-4112 to 5, 876-922-4112 to 5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. That number is 876 365 3346. 876 365 3346. Let's go into the archives for a bit now. How about that? Let's go into the archives and share with you some of the happenings through the years to remind us of where we're coming from, and also to demonstrate that the more things change is the more they remain the same. So we're going to that in just a moment, but first please allow us to take a call from Verol in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, assuming that's where he is now. Good day to you, Verol. How are you?
Good day there, Van. As usual, you are assuming wrong.
Where in the
It's
world are
raining,
you, Verol? Where in the world are you?
raining up in Manchester.
You know something? The tourism minister is right. Anybody who doubts the tourism minister, apparently we have, and now that I'm thinking about it in my conversations with Angelia Christian from the UK and all the people she told me flew into Jamaica from the UK, it makes sense. The tourism minister says that is where, that's the where's the story? That is the market that has turned around so quickly that Jamaica is benefiting. Just earlier on, we shared that story. Hold on a moment.
Okay.
It makes sense. It
Yes,
makes
that's
sense.
right.
Mind you, we know that you don't live in the UK, you live in Canada, but
Yes.
there a lot of Jamaicans have been coming home within the last couple of months or so for one reason or another, and that has contributed, no doubt, to the bump in numbers. Yeah.
Well, I've been here back since February so far,
Oh, you
but
haven't been back since February? Are you kidding me?
I went up for 2 weeks and when was it? April or somewhere there. I
Oh,
went up for 2 weeks and then I'm back. I'm basically home now there, but
or you mean
I'm
this is
I'm
it? You're
home
not
now.
going back to Canada?
I'll go back, but in the summer when the time get warm.
Oh, well.
Mm-hmm.
Where's we need to roll out the red carpet, and what else do we need to do now?
Yes. Well, it took long enough. It took long enough. There, when I leave here, I leave in Jamaica 84.
Uh-huh.
When I leave here, I was hoping only to spend 5 years. It took me long enough, you know.
Mm, that's quite something.
Yeah.
So how have your family members, friends, colleagues, neighbors responded to your moving back to Jamaica?
Very good, Durban. Very good. Durban, sometimes I wake up in the morning and there's a little bag by the gate. I don't know who dropped it off, but it's there. Oh yeah, there's cabbage or sweet potato or pumpkin or carrots. There's something sitting there, so I give thanks, you know.
Yes. So how has it been
So,
resettling? Have you had too much difficulties resettling, getting used to
no,
the
no,
place again?
Durban,
No?
no, Durban, not at all. The only thing is the supermarket. Oh my God. When you go into the supermarket and you pick up a few items and come out, man, you better stay strong, you know? That's the only problem.
So your dollar hasn't made a difference, in a manner of speaking. The Canadian isn't that strong
Well,
at troubling you.
I know you get 100 Durban, but when you go in the supermarket to pick up few items and you come out with $20,000. So,
Yes. No, for
you know,
years, for years I've been whenever I've gone to the supermarket with my wife, I'm usually in her ear and with the question, how do people manage? For years,
I know.
not just now, not just the other day, not just since COVID, but I've always
Yeah.
wondered, how do other people who lack the means manage?
I don't know their running. I don't know. And especially you hear of the wages what these people make. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
kind of rough. Rough.
Yes.
But so far so good. And Durban, if you need chocha, you can check with me now. My friends.
Oh, you have a tree?
You leave Canada, you come back over here, chocha farmer, man. Yeah, I'm a chocha farmer up in cool Manchester here. You know?
Oh, nice.
I did the harbor years ago, and I tell you there, but I've been chocha till I'm tired.
Whoa. What are some of the things you do with it? Apart from I'm accustomed to eating it in soup.
No, I can chocha and saltfish.
Oh.
Chocha, cook down your seasoning, saltfish and stuff, and then you mash up the chocha and put it into the pot. Wow.
I see. One of these days I must try that.
Yes, man, chocha and saltfish, man, very nice. Very nice. But the funny part about it, Durban, when I buy a chocha in Canada, it costs me most times 99 cents.
Is that usually chocha from Jamaica or somewhere else in the world?
No, all over the world, not from Jamaica, all over the world. But they will tell you, you see Jamaican chocha, but man, it's the line is not from Jamaica at all.
Oh.
They do that all the while.
I see.
Jamaican chocha, it's not from Jamaica.